fix this so that we're able to just do it right, but it's okay. Just going to do it as it is recommending so that we are able to get it right. So basically today I just want to talk about something that is not that very crucial or something that is not out of the norm, because one of the things that I've come to realize is that we are losing so much and we cannot cope with the reality of how life is, because many of us are trying to compete with ourselves, and we are trying also to compete with other people, because we tend to think that life revolves around us. But the reality is that we can make the best out of anything or everything in this life if we are willing to bring that change. So, I sat down and I was thinking about how life can be and how everything should be per se. And one of the things that I've come to understand and really find out is that relationships are struggling, and many people don't want to accept the reality about such, because we really try to hide uh, with the many faces that we have. And that is one thing that most of us really don't want to accept. So I just wanted to talk about something that each one of us really know: paranoia. I wanted to talk about paranoia so that we are able to get in a place of understanding what paranoia means. And we all know that a paranoid person sometimes has mixed emotions, and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to correct things. They don't know how to make things become proper, because at the end of the day, they only want their emotions and their way of thinking to be fulfilled, to be satisfied. But I want us to understand one thing: the only way we can better ourselves is to ensure that we work on making things proper and definite. So I want to talk about paranoia in relationships so that we are able to see what should we do and how should we make things be, because relationships are struggling and people don't want to accept this truth. People don't want to get into the depth of the matter because they are willing to only satisfy their emotions. They're willing to put some things that are truly definite to make relationships work and better. But let us talk about this paranoid person. Look at how the world is. We have people who are not willing to make their relationships work. People who are only dependent on how they're treated, how they're dealt with, how their emotions are satisfied, and how everything about themselves are made whole. So when we talk about paranoia in a relationship, what does it mean? One of the things that I want us to talk about is, have you ever met with these kinds of people who are so much dependent on themselves in a way that is so selfish? When they bring something out, they try to just hide who they are, and they portray another self that does not bring the best out of a certain conversation, because they want you to feel like they are on top of the game. And you find that paranoid people always want things to be their way. They don't want to listen to you. They don't want to be part of a journey that will bring something beautiful in a relationship. And that is why I decided to talk about this, so that we're able to see the truth about everything. So this is my first live on YouTube, and I wanted to just see how everything will be so that we are able to continue even more. And I appreciate for the ones that are watching right now. If you're watching, thank you so much. And being paranoid is something that we ought to just change and get out of it and get delivered from it, so that we are able to get to the very room that will give us a change that will transform us. Because many relationships cannot stand because of how people are. And we've seen that people who are paranoid can never make a relationship work, because most of the time they are trying to, to create an atmosphere of security towards their partners. They don't want their partners to enjoy their free time. They don't want their partners to enjoy who they are, because they hide themselves from the truth by trying to pretend that they're best, or they're doing well in their endeavors. So one of the things I want to talk about is the causes of relationship paranoia. Number one, past trauma. People who are struggling with the past never make relationships work, because they tend to bring the past into the present, not knowing that they're destroying the future. So if you really want to be with someone in your life, you have to understand that there are things you have to get rid of. And you need to work on yourself and put yourself in a place whereby you will be able to handle your relationship respectfully. Because you cannot function in a way that only pleases your emotions, in a way that only makes you feel okay and feel better. So bringing the past does not make your relationship. I know some of us are struggling with issues from the past, but I believe if you want to make your future better, you have to work on your present. You have to deal with all the issues, all the things that you faced in the past, so that the future can be better. So your past traumas should be things that you let go. I know sometimes it might be tricky on how you handle those things, but I believe if you really want something beautiful in your life, you'll have to work on those things, because things like cheating, betrayal, or emotional neglect in past relationships, those are the things that make the present become so hard for you to deal with. So you have to take away what belonged from the past. No matter how much or whatever you went through, you just have to understand that you cannot deal with what is from the past right now. So you just have to make sure that today becomes better by you handling it the way it's supposed to be handled. Number two, low self-esteem. Low self-esteem. That is one of the things that so many people are struggling with. And it is important for you to understand that at the end of the day, no matter how much you try to make things in your relationship, when you are paranoid, you'll be able to just be in a place that does not make your relationship function in the way that it should. So it is better you just understand that you have to deal with yourself, because so many people who are paranoid, they've not dealt with their past, they have low self-esteem, they lack communication, and their mental issues that are there that have not dealt, basically they've not dealt with their mental issues. So it becomes difficult for them to be a part of life that makes it better. So I just want to say that the only way you can better yourself is to deal with those issues, to make sure that you become a person of integrity when walking a path that maketh better. So I didn't want to take much time talking about this. I just had to go in those few minutes live so that we are able to understand where we're coming from. This was just a trial for us to see how everything will be. Next time we are coming back, coming big. From tomorrow, we are going to be dealing with so many things, and we are going to make it better. So today was just a trial to see how everything is. Thank you for those who are watching. God bless you. Until tomorrow. Wait.